Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Show the Tea Tuesdays. It is your girl V, and I have a wonderful individual with me today. Her name is Kim Lowe, and she is the creator and founder of I'm about to mess it up. Empowered Cancer Journey. Did I get that
Yes,
right?
you you're perfect. Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how are you doing this evening? How are you doing?
I'm doing lovely. I live in Oregon day today, so we're doing great.
Okay. Okay. Now, has the fall temperature set in up that way, or is it still kind of hot?
It was 80 today, but it'll be 40 in the night between the day and the
Oh,
night this time of year. So that's pretty fun.
okay. Okay. That can be some cool temperatures there. All right. So let's
Mhm.
get into your business. How did this start? And I know there's so many questions, but I just want to start with how did you start your organization?
So, researcher for almost 20 years. So, helping in drug development and helping diagnostic tests and things like that. And as I got further and further and further, I could see how the medicine side was really important in patient care, but life is a really important thing as well. And sometimes it's affected by cancer to be so just bombarded trying to get better that they forget to take care of sort of the core of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
My mom became ill, and that was a really big shift for me to think caregivers just in a more holistic way outside of the research. And so illness, I developed Empower You, founded Empower You. So meditation and just all the good nurturing things to
Okay.
individuals.
Okay, and that's how empower you could. So did empower you just come off the top of your head? Like we just need to empower everyone to start from the beginning of taking care of yourself. Is I mean, because I love the term definitely.
Yeah, I think we all need to be empowered in some way.
Right.
And when you're, sir, it's you have really unique challenges, and so
Mm-hmm.
empowerment to those who are just so busy focused on other aspects of their life, just for them to be empowered in their minds, in their bodies, in their emotions, all of those.
Definitely, definitely. So did you have to take care of your mom? So you were a caretaker as well?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. And I,
Go, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was very close to my mom, and so watching her illness and sort of feelings of helplessness to me, and so I managed that through yoga. I just know that those tools can be so powerful, and that
Mm.
was part of the insight for you to life as well.
Okay, okay, definitely. So definitely some self-care tips for yourself while you're being a caretaker, because that can definitely be a journey in itself as well. We
Yes.
can be so busy taking care of everyone else, we tend to forget to take care of our own selves. Um,
Very true.
so with your logo, I noticed that it looks like a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so, is there a certain significance behind the tree, and
That's
also the color because it is a teal color?
yeah, that's a great question. So um, empowerment, and to start with the roots, right, and then empowerment sort of helps us grow out in we need, and so that was sort of the mind behind the development of the logo. Just I love the color teal. It's a calming, peaceful color to me. So I just chose
Okay.
that.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect. And I was thinking that that's where that was going with a tree because a tree is strong, and so in order for it to be strong, it has to have strong roots, and so that's where I was. Okay, so I went too far. I was
Nope, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And has a fantastic quote that says, "Big something like big storm roots." And so I was thinking that as well.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So with Empower You now, how long have your organization or your business been in existence?
We're going on 3 years coming this
Oh,
fall.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So it's I don't know why I was thinking it's been years, like years. Okay, so 3 years. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you a question because you're going on your second year. You're in the midst of COVID and the pandemic. Did you notice like a big change in the need for your resources since everyone was confined?
Yes, that and um, more so after up because often treatment can lead to some being immunocompromised, and so
Right.
being able to still exercise at home, do resources at home was really important for a lot of people. So we were happy to, COVID was just such an upset for everybody, but it did create doing all of these things at home that we weren't doing at home before. So um, yoga at home, but now it's just kind of become more normal.
Right, definitely, definitely. And I will say, with yoga, I started doing yoga into my first year out of cancer. I'm a ovarian cancer survivor, and so when I started doing yoga, it really helped with my like my back area because that's the part that hurts the most. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's not the normal back pain, but sometimes it's my hips but I really notice that when I do the yoga, especially early in the morning when I first get up, I feel a lot better. I really
So
do feel better.
hear that. Yeah, I agree. I think one of the challenges that in creating this is that people generally it's harder than it needs to be, right? And so I like to tell patients it's hard to be beneficial. So even just a few stretches, you don't have to sweat it out in a hour hot yoga class for it to have a
Right.
positive effect. So I love to hear that, probably is it a short morning practice or a long morning that need to be, very long to have it help your back feel a little better throughout the day.
Right. That is true. And one pose that was really hard for me, um, downward dog. I think that's the name of it.
Yes. Yes.
Now I look at my dog a lot different when I see him do it. Like, oh goodness, because it really
Hey,
it yes, it really does. I don't know what it does to the shoulders and the arms, but you are literally like ouch. And I was just really surprised that it worked so many muscles that I didn't know that I had. Um, but it's fun though. It's fun though. I will say it is. It is definitely a good exercise and stretching to have. So, what is your overall mission for
yeah,
Empower You?
that's a great question. So bring tools of empowerment for the mind and the body and to fun. So to make empowerment fun. That's our main mission. People who are affected by cancer as we possibly can. So I appreciate being on your show. Out that it doesn't take a lot of yoga to feel better, and it's just so beneficial. So
Mhm.
that's our
Definitely, definitely. Okay, I love that. Now, what type of programs do you offer? Because I know we talked about yoga, but I know
yep.
there are some other components to Empower You. And so, what else do you offer to everyone?
Yep, that's a great question. So we program includes yoga, and all of our teachers are certified yoga for cancer for a really wide variety of classes, everything from super gentle in bed yoga, all the way up to vigorous vinyasa. We
Oh,
have
wow.
a really rich spectrum of where people are at in where they are with their treatment or where they are with their cancer. A resource for everybody. And
Okay.
then we also offer, so it often, meditation is proven to reduce anxiety, depression, fatigue, sleep. It has so many beneficial effects. But meditation is often hard for many people. Developed a series of guided meditations that are cancer sensitive. So they get to challenges that a patient may likely be facing through their guided those meditation. We have an awesome nutritionist on board who developed different recipes that focus on parts of the body that cancer. So recipes that help build bone strength, detox, gut, settling your
Wow.
nervous system. They all have special ingredients and nutrient areas.
Okay.
We have a fantastic massage therapist on the team of guided self-massage to help ease side effects. Common side effect would come from different treatments. So there's videos in the program that can show how to, massage yourself. We have a fantastic energy medicine practitioner who did a series of energy medicine techniques that you can do on yourself to help ease side effects. And then an art teacher leading some really fun art classes and drawing classes that, perhaps while you're getting chemo or just something to help keep your mind off what's happening. So a series of art classes. So that's our full program. But we don't want all that stuff. So we also have just the meditations available and just if somebody wanted something smaller.
Okay. So that, I don't know if you guys caught all of that, but that is a large range of services and resources. And it seems like you have a pretty good support team in regards to the professionals that are helping you provide these videos. And so when they sign up for your program, do they talk to someone live or is it all pre-recorded or how does that work?
Right. That's a great question because we're in different time zones. We have tons of different schedules. The people who would want the material to be available to use at their convenience. So log in and it's all available to you right there. You can just use it whenever, however.
Okay. Well, that's good. And it's user friendly. So you don't have to need a lot of tech support on that end. So that's good. I really do like that. I really do enjoy the nutrition component because, during my journey, I learned a lot of information in regards to changing the way that I interact with food and my relationship with food. And that was the most important thing for me is learning how to feed my body to where I'm providing it fuel instead of just eating just to be eating. That is definitely a big.
It's huge. I love that you've said that because we often just eat but not necessarily to nourish our body.
Right.
And so our nutritionist on the team, she's a kinesiologist. She's in Canada. She is fantastic. And so she is a gluten-free herself.
Okay.
So all of our recipes are either or she's designed them to be gluten-free. So it's gluten-free and that they still work for people who don't, but for the unique population, with nausea or whatever, this makes it really easy to still maintain if you need to.
Definitely. Especially when you're doing treatment, your taste buds completely change.
Yeah.
Totally different. I always tell people, because when they say, everything tastes funny, the best thing that tasted good to me was frozen pickles and strawberries put together.
Interesting.
I know it's like a sweet and a salt test. That was,
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
fascinating.
I made it work some kind of way. It was weird, but it tastes wonderful to me.
That's wonderful. How did you learn to freeze the pickles? Was that suggested by a nurse or somebody in your care unit?
No, actually, I love pickles. And so sometimes I like for them to be just a little chilled. So I would put them in like a little container and just kind of
Yep.
slice them and just put them in the freezer for a couple of hours. So, yeah, so I just ended up putting some pickles and some strawberries in there at the same time. And I was like, oh, this is quite tasty. I like this.
Sweet and savory.
Yes, yes. And I think it's the point that you want to have that savory taste,
Mhm.
because it's no longer there for a while. And so that right there just seemed to fit perfectly. And now I always seem to have this lemon. I need everything with some lemons. So I need
Oh,
like a lemon and water, lemon on some. I need something with a with the lemon.
interesting. How proud are you from your treatment?
3 years. 3 years. May
Oh,
10th will
nice.
be 4.
That's
Yes.
fantastic. Ovarian cancer is where I started my research career at the.
Really?
Yeah, we were looking for biomarkers to complement CA. Probably familiar with your CA 125 levels. That's how we do a lot of the diagnostics. So we were looking for other biomarkers that could help make it stronger. And then we did symptoms, because they often say
Wow.
ovarian cancer is a silent disease, but symptoms are just symptoms that women are kind of accustomed to having, pain, things like that. And so
Right.
we tend to ignore it because of those symptoms anyway. And so we did a really interesting study where we looked at cancer patients sort of look back retrospectively on their symptoms, and we could see really clear past symptoms that they were having. And then we tested those patterns. Pro still worked in patients, who weren't sort of perhaps having a recall bias. It was really, really fascinating
Wow.
to help sort of change the paradigm that ovarian disease, we just aren't listening to the whispers that our body's telling us.
That's true.
Very interesting.
Definitely not listening to our bodies. Yeah, that is definitely true. And while you were saying that for a while, that first year, when I started learning the symptoms and everything, I was like, well, I wasn't having any of those. And then my husband said, well, if you think back, maybe you were. Remember that? And he started helping me to remember. And I was like, oh, but was that really it? You start to juggle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not for sure if that was really related or was it something else, but that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Our body does talk to us. It does. We just have to pay attention.
Yep. Oh, you are so accurate. That is so true. It's hard. We have to learn, right? To slow and listen to what it's saying. Yeah.
Definitely. So with meditation, because this week is National Mental Health Week. And so I'm a big advocate for behavioral health and mental health and everything. And so I'm an advocate for everything, but mental health is really my passion because I've been in that role for years. But with meditation, and you had mentioned in regards to anxiety, how would someone start to meditate when they're really anxious and just fearful of changes and things that are going on around them? How would they even start, especially if they're not able to do it their own, like soothe them own selves? So how would they? What's your suggestion?
Oh man, this is such a fantastic question, right? And we talk to patients. Anxiety is generally one of the top things that they're feeling. I think, and we're often taught that meditation, we need to be sitting up back, legs crossed, sort of in this uncomfortable position, and you need to out slowly and try to stay still. And I just think that is a recipe, especially if you're in treatment. I say get comfortable, lay down, make yourself physically comfortable so that your mind can relax. Just set your timer for 1 minute and just, and thoughts come in your head, just let them flow out and just breathe in through your nose for 1 minute.
For 1 minute.
And 1 minute is enough to help out to calm the nervous system.
Wow.
And I'll show you an energy medicine technique, powerful. So the fight or flight system that we have in our body. If you take your middle finger and you press it in between your two collarbs gently, energetically, this calms your fight or flight. And so if you can do this for your 1 minute, breathing in through your nose and out. Can't breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth is very stimulating. So it needs to be in through your nose, out through your, and try to have your exhale be just a little bit longer than your inhale. Your heart rate down. So if you can just in through your nose, out through your mouth gently, you'll begin to feel relaxation. Now that many people, probably almost everybody, as soon as you sit down and when all the worries come in, right? All the things you're scared about, all the anxiety, the stuff. And so that's where I think guided meditations are really, really helpful. Tune in to somebody else's voice, maybe some soft music, and you're not going to do it. There's no perfect way to meditate.
Right.
You're going to kind of come in and out and just celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins.
Yeah. I like that you said 1 minute, because 1 minute goes by really quick. Before you know it, that timer is already going off.
Yeah, what happens is you realize you can do it for 2 minutes, and you just gradually sort of, however you know it, honestly, you're kind of craving a little more time, like your buzzer's going off before. But I don't know if you're familiar with Eckhart Tolle. He's a spiritual teacher, but he has one breath in and out is a meditation. And that's so true. You don't go straight like this for 30 minutes. Like 1 minute can really reset your nervous system.
Okay, I like that. Just so all you need is 1 minute, and then you're gonna crave for more. So definitely start there. I'm gonna definitely use that this week with some of my patients, because we've been talking about meditation and just being able to shift that focus. And one thing that's really difficult is when you have those thoughts coming in.
Yeah.
Because it changes your focus.
And it sounds a little cliche, but we learn when we're learning how to teach meditation, imagine your thoughts are a cloud and they're kind of coming in and out. I think people not to attach to them, then that helps a little bit. But honestly, trick is so powerful. It's so powerful. And we have a website that people can download and listen to for free. So, direct them our website.
Okay, definitely. So you can get some free resources on their website, and also be able to get some information. Now, you have a team. I think we had discussed a couple of your team members. So how many are on your team that helps you put all of this together and keep it rolling?
Yeah, I think we have 9. We have 9, and they're all experts in their own area. Yeah. So, and a physical. So all the yoga teachers have specialized training, specifically the strength and functional movement. It's somebody who's specifically. So yeah, it's a great group of people. We're all over the country. Actually, Julie, our nutritionist, is in Canada. One of our yoga teachers is in Mexico, and she was actually a breast care and then developed breast cancer herself,
Oh,
and then
my
became a yoga teacher.
Okay.
So she has seen all different sides.
Oh wow. So you have people all across. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I like that. Pulling in the power of connections and just putting everyone together to help empower you. I love that. I definitely love that. So your website, what's your website again?
Kind of a long URL. It's empoweredcancerjourney.com.
Okay, empoweredcancerjourney.com. And let me ask you another question, because we know that there's a lot of cancer organizations, associations, nonprofits. I mean, there's thousands of them. Are you connected with any of them in a certain way, or do you try to, refer people or tell them to refer clients to you, or how does that work?
Yep, we're connected to as many as we can be. I often grit health, so sometimes I'll teach a cancer yoga class during their things like that. So the more connections that we can make for everybody, for sure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and we often. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, did you say Grit Health? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
GRY. They're a fantastic platform that helps. It's actually a connection platform. They help connect patients with similar diagnoses with each other, so they can create
Wow.
a support structure. So let's say you're diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and you're in your 30s, connect you with other ovarian cancer patients in their 30s to just sort of help create a support structure.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's one, because that makes a difference when you can talk to someone that's going through a similar situation. Definitely,
It's
and they can you.
grit with a Y, GRY, because there's no I in cancer, right?
Right.
It's a team
Oh,
sport.
I like that. Okay, that's creative. Okay, I'm gonna have to look them up. Yes,
Yep.
definitely. So, I know you mentioned that there are some free resources, but is there a membership to join when you go to your website? Let's say if they decide,
Yep.
I need more than just the free resources. How can they join, or is there a membership?
Yeah. So just really, we have a ton of free resources. So if somebody's interested, you can download every single one. Go there and use whatever you think will be helpful. And then if you want more, the full membership, like I was saying, includes all of the different components, the yoga, massage things. And if you don't want or need that much, you could just buy the meditation of 10 meditations, or you could just do the recipes. That's a little bit smaller money and just a little bit easier to get into.
Okay. So you don't have to feel like you got to get all of it. So work yourself into the program, and definitely feel empowered. I do appreciate you coming on Share the Tea Tuesdays. I really, I, I really feel just empowered myself. And so is it okay if I share this little piece? Because
yeah,
I saw your flyer. And it was, I can't even remember when it was. It was almost a month ago. But you were saying, hey, if you shared this and tag, they're having a giveaway.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I said, well, let me follow her. I'll come back to that. Yeah, let me do this real quick. And then she sent me a message. And at first I was like, what happened? What did I do? To be honest, I actually forgot until I went back and I was like, oh, yes. I know that's bad.
I love that. Yeah, it's Yoga Awareness Month, and so we gave away 30 full memberships for Yoga Awareness Month, and so you were one of the people, and I'm so happy that it's fantastic.
Yes, definitely. And I'm going to use my membership. I am going to use it. I've already programmed it in my laptop right here, so all I got to do is pull it up, and it'll do what it needs to do for me. And trust me, I'm a fan of YouTube, but this is much easier than YouTube, so I don't have to worry about commercials.
There's no commercials. There is meditation specific for releasing anxiety, so you might want to listen to that and see if the people that you're connected to. It's specific for just releasing. It's 20 minutes. We use this technique and some others in there, so try it and see.
Okay, definitely. I will do. I definitely will do. And I love your platform. I really do. All of your team members, anyone that's supporting you, they are a blessing, because anytime that you are empowering someone to just keep moving, don't give up, even though you're hurting, because with cancer, it does come pain. I mean, the pain does come, and your body changes. Your whole entire world changes. And so you have to figure out how to zone yourself in to where you can cope and feel a lot better about the journey that you're on. And so Empower You is wonderful. Even though it's 3 years, hey, pretty soon it's going to be 30 before we know it.
I hope so. And you and I coupon code. I want to encourage people, get in and use the free resources. But if you need more, code for discount for sure.
Yes, definitely. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. See, I need to stop forgetting. But yes, so she has created a discount code for Share the Tea with V. So definitely make sure that, and you're gonna see weekly posts of me sharing something from Empower You, because you can definitely benefit from it, especially the recipes, the yoga, all of that. So I'm gonna tap into some of these recipes and see what I can whip up and come up with. Experiment on my husband. He usually likes what I cook, so it's okay.
New ideas.
Definitely. Yes, new ideas. And I'll share this with you real quick. One thing that I have turned into loving is chickpeas.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I know it's kind of weird, right? Just a little bit, because I'd never had them before until all of this came about, and I've learned to make untuna instead of making tuna salad, but use it, and it is wonderful. We had a family trip, and I made like a big bowl. And I said, okay, this will last. I said, I'm not going to tell them, because, my mom and dad and sister and they all went with it. And I said, I'm not going to tell them what's in it. They're going to think it's tuna. And we were only gone like the first day, and half the bowl was gone. I said, what happened? I said, we're not even going to have enough to come back. But they loved it. They really did love it. So I love chickpeas, because you can just do a variety of things with chickpeas and the juice that it comes in, the aquafaba. So yes,
I love it. That's fantastic. I'm trying to think if we have any recipes. We must. You can search. There's a search tool in there, so you can look that. If we don't, I'll make sure we add one.
Okay. Yes, definitely, because that's my favorite. All right, well, Kim, I know I can talk a lot, so I'm not going to keep you any longer, but I do appreciate you coming on Share the Tea Tuesdays. Make sure that you go and follow Empower You. Her website is let me make sure I got it right, empoweredcancerjourney.com. Okay, and then are you on social media? Are you on Facebook? And
so Facebook is the same, Empowered Cancer Journey. And then or at iam.empowered.
I am dot empowered. Okay, so and I'll make sure I tag them and tag them in this video. But make sure you go out and support. And then also, if you want to use the resources, or if you know someone that needs them, just pass that information along. Use the coupon code, and definitely feel empowered. Kim, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's
Thank
been,
you. I appreciate you. This is
yes, yes, definitely. Now, we'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. I'm saying we, like it's more than me, but I will be in touch with you and we'll be able to do some things together for sure. All right. So always remember, guys, to follow me on Share the Tea with V on all of my social media. Remember to be intentional, to be insightful, and definitely be impactful. Until then, see you next time, guys. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.